Hey everybody, I'm going to do a GIMP tutorial today because a lot of you have requested it, and so I'm going to try to go over as many things as I can. I don't know all the buttons and functions that this program has, but if you don't have it already, go ahead and go to, I think it's GIMP.com. I'll put it in the post for sure, but how I do things normally is it just depends on what you want to work with. But here, if you go to File, of course you can start with New. And let's just say you want to make a button to start with, which most buttons are 150 by 150, a typical button. You can make them whatever size you want, but there you go, is a little square. Okay, so let's just go through a few of the options over here. Um, if you want to fill it with a color, first to pick a color, you're gonna go here and just click on this. And I have some preset colors that I've already worked with here, but if you want a different color, you just can slide along these. You know how to do color picking, and then it's gonna be here, and that will be the color that you use. So if you want to fill a whole background with a color, then you can just go ahead and click here, and it's gonna fill it in. um, so that would be like a good background. Now, just for sake of showing you this, I'm going to change the size of this so it's larger. And to change the size, you go to Image and go to Scale Image, and here are your dimensions. And so I'm just gonna make this 700 by 700, so it's larger. Okay, so now let's say you want to add text. So you just push the text button, and then I would change the color so you can see it, obviously, and let's just make it white. And then you're gonna click on here, and then in this box here is where you're going to type in your text. So I'm just gonna write Esai Morgan, and you can push close. Then you're gonna go back over here, and this is your size and also your fonts. So that's kind of small, so I'm gonna make it bigger. And these are my fonts that I've downloaded from Font for Peas at Kevin and Amanda. So as you can see, they're all starting with P here. So then you can just, pick whichever font you want to use, and I tend to stay in my P fonts. Every once in a while I'll go out of them. But let's just say, which one do I want? I don't think this really matters, but we'll go with P Catherine, and that's like a little bit of a funky font here. Now, you can keep typing underneath this and put your subline in, and look here while you're doing it, because it won't always come in this box because it's not stretched out wide enough. But you can close that, and then to make this wider, you're going to pull it down, and there it is. But I wouldn't want it the same size, so I'm going to erase that. And I don't like this font, actually, so we'll just go with, how about this? So, okay, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it's on the same line. To make a new line that you can do smaller font, you can just click wherever. And now I'm going to write in my tagline. So there it is, and then I'm just going to make it small. And then you can drag that wherever you want. And, whatever, if you want to change the font or whatever, you can work with it like that. Now, let's go, if you want to go back, you can't just click, it's going to start a new box. So, to go back to your original text, you're going to go here. Now, when you click on your original text, you need to make sure that this one is clicked as well, so that you can actually open it, and then just click on it. It should come up right there. Now, say you want it to be closer together. All right, you can close this again. These buttons down here are gonna be good for moving your letters closer together. As you can see here, there's a distance bar between the A and the B. So if you click it down, it's gonna move closer together like this. If you move it up, it's gonna spread further apart. And let's go back to Esai Morgan and let's just put in like this. Now, I have that below. I can move it down here so I can show you. Now I have these two. Now, if I wanted them closer together, I can just go like this to move them further apart, or if I want them overlapping, I can put them that close. It's whatever distance you want. And I'm not really sure, I haven't played much with this, but up here is how you can center your words. So if you want it in the center like that, or like that, to the side, whatever you want. I usually have this one. So that's how you can do some font on your project. Let me see. I'm going to erase this one. Okay, so now say you want to add a picture to your image here. You go under File, and then you go under Open as Layers. And I have my Northern Ireland pictures up here, so I'm just going to click this one. And there's my picture. Let's go back up here. Now, to grab it, this tool right here is the Move tool as it comes up. And this is what you're going to use if you want to move anything except for the text boxes because you have to have it on the text in order to move the text boxes, okay? So, but this is good for pictures. And say, I don't know, you want it down here in the corner like this. And you want it a little bit smaller, so this is the resize or scale tool. So you're going to click on that and make sure if you have more than one image that it's clicked on the image you want to work with. Otherwise, you're going to be scaling something you don't want to scale. And then that pops up and you can just drag it to the image size that you want and then press scale and it goes to that image. Now, if you want to move this image again, you can click here, and in order to move it but not scale it, you're going to have to click right in the center and move it up. Otherwise, you need to click back on the Move tool and then move that up. Okay, so now say you want your words over it. Go back to your box here and click on it and move it up. But see how it's behind that? So in order to move it in front of it, this is where your layers are. Okay, these each are a layer. So as if paper were stacked on top of each other, right now the photo is the, well actually inspiration is the very top, which I don't know where that went. But it's probably down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So I can move that up here. So see how it's on the top, so it's on top of the photo. But if you want your original text on top too, you're going to just click on the one you want on the top and move it all the way to the top. And then it's going to be the same however you want to move it. So you're just going to have to play around with this. And also if you want a new layer and not necessarily add a photo, you can just click here. It's going to ask you what size you want and if you want to name it anything. And then you can just go ahead and say okay, and you're going to have a new layer right here to add whatever you want. Like if you wanted to use the paintbrush, I always use my brushes, which I did the tutorial for the brushes. So I don't know, let's see. Let's do a heart. And I showed you this in the last tutorial about how to make these bigger or whatever. So you have a really big heart. And that one's kind of, the opacity is kind of clear, so you can kind of see through that one. And you can just do a few here and make this in a different color maybe. This is not really what anyone would do, but just for an example. Okay, but see how that layer is now covering Esai Morgan, so if you want the original text to be on top, just move that one below and now it's underneath. And you can also get the inspiration for the multifaceted second line on top by just doing that, and now it's on the top. So okay, Now if you wanted to crop this for some reason, this is going to be the crop tool here. And if you just see as you press the crop tool that here are your options. Now, if you just want to say you just want to crop the picture, you're going to select the picture and say current layer only, and it's only going to do that particular one. So say you just want this section right here, then you press enter on your keyboard, and then it selects that small amount. Now say you didn't want to do that at all, but you rather wanted the whole thing cropped. To undo, of course, you go undo, and then you can deselect that, and now you want the whole thing to be cropped. So you start here and drag your selection, and then press enter, and then it crops it for you. Then some other tools that you can use, like this is like you can flip, like it's selected on the picture right now, so go ahead and you can rotate it. You can just play around with all these tools, but you can flip it. Let's see, I'll undo that one. You can make it, what is this, like perspective, so make it look like it's on the side like that, like you're looking at it from the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it off there. I might do a part 2 if you guys are interested and go over some of these options up here and any of the other ones that I know of up here that I haven't covered. If you guys have any specific questions for specific tools or how to get a certain look to a certain project you might be working on or wanting to do, if you guys can leave those in the comments, I will hopefully address those. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope it's helpful. Thanks, bye.